Hello there assassins, welcome back to another Wheelassassin guide. Thank you so much for joining me for another tutorial here today. I have lined up for you all this outdoor theatre for celebrating 100 subscribers here on YouTube. That is an exceptionally high goal, and it is a really hard milestone to achieve. Having been there myself and having now overcome that goal, I can honestly say that it was excruciating just to get to this point. So if you are here, I'm exceptionally proud of you, and you should be proud of yourselves too. That is why I've gone ahead and made this commemorative build for you all here today, so you can add this to your own Minecraft worlds to show yourself as a constant reminder what you're fighting for. 100 subs and more. Let's get building. Now then, for step one, we're going to need to build ourselves the big old target that you have achieved. So it is the target on the floor of our theatre. And it's also where you're going to have all your seats for all of your subscribers, and the beacons line each side of this seated area. So for that, we're going to take ourselves some red concrete, some oak planks, some birch planks, a block of diamond, red stained glass, white stained glass, a beacon, and finally the seat choice that you wish. So I'm going to choose myself some dark oak stairs, as I think this looks really good against the red. Okay, just ignore baby Stay Puft over there. He's going to be shown in the render distance, but we're not building him today. If you do want to go ahead and build him, you can feel free with the tutorial on my channel too. Alright, we're going to take ourselves red concrete, lining up with my original one over there. I am going to go with red concrete for, well, I'm going to go with just 2 for now, like this, and then build myself 2 oak planks in the floor just here. And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to spin around this way, and I want to place myself about 10 seats a space away from one another, so I can start to build the radius of my sort of outdoor theatre here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is of course going to be our width, just here. 1 block each out on the sides there, and of course our beacons go 1 block further than that as well. Now we know that obviously we need 100 seats, so 10 times 10 is 100. So if we go up by 10, so we have 10 this way, we want 10 down this way as well. We're kind of doing like a graph, and then we'll obviously fill in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you start to go back on yourself, you should see that every single seat should line up with one another, which is obviously very important. You don't want seats to be a bit skew-with here, there, and everywhere. You want them all to be in a nice long row, and proportioned evenly, just so it looks nice and professional. I mean, you're in a professional YouTuber's job now. You have 100 subs. You're on your way to some crazy goals. I mean, crazier goals than 100. 100 is exceptionally cool. So let's just go ahead and fill all these seats in. It may take a moment, but of course it's very important to get every single seat on here. And what would be a cool detail if you wanted to do this too, is you can actually stick yourself signs on the back of each of these seats for your subscribers. So say if you've got public subscriptions on, you should be able to see who is subscribed to you if they have public subscriptions on, and then you can maybe put a sign on each of these seats for your subscribers as a little memento to them. That could be cool. Now let's take ourselves our red concrete, and we'll go alongside the seats on the left side. We'll leave a block in front of the first seat up here, and then go a further block forward. And we'll build this across the front, and then straight down the side of these seats, and then 1 block behind, and then going back into our red over this way. So we should have ourselves a very big square just here in the floor, which is perfect. So we're trying to get this target built, like I said, as obviously the target for what we're building here is for 100 subs, and we have 100 seats, so the target must be underneath these seats. Not that we're saying that people should target these these people. That's what it kind of looks like as well. I guess it could be misinterpreted, but it's not what I meant. So the next thing to do is to build a radius of birch. So we can just take birch between the outer seats here, and then going around this way as well. Of course, the front row up here, we're going to need to leave 1 layer, this one, for our oak, because of course our oak is the same on the back as well. It's kind of 1 layer each, but there's going to be birch between these front row seats. Maybe you could have your oldest subscriber up the front here. You could even give them different coloured chairs if they wish to. That could be pretty cool as well. Let me know what you guys come up with in the comments below. I would definitely love to hear. Now this next row is going to be all the way around a space in between each of the seats. So we can make this red. And this will be like the inner roundel of our target. Just in here. So we're going to go all the way around with this once again, of course. Keeping everything lovely and even. Makes everything look really cool. And especially when you're looking from it above. When you give it a bird's eye perspective, it starts to really take an awesome shape. Now the next layer is going to be oak. Now this could take a little bit of time because we have to go between seats here. I suppose what you could do to save some time is to remove the seats if you wish to, and then add all the blocks in firstly before adding in the seats. But I prefer to do it this way, just because I can start to see how everything is going to be constructed, and it's really cool to see it all come together. Now this next one is a free layer. We're going to take ourselves birch. And then you probably guessed the next layer, it is going to be red once again. For now, let's just do ourselves birch around this circle, this inner square circle, if that makes any sense. Here we go, and then red goes in between all of these seats on one of these inner squares. Almost there now. There we are. And then the next one is going to be our oak again, and of course our birch follows just after that one. Okay, so if we go with our oak here, I will also teach you guys how to build the little contraption I've made that dispenses some lovely fireworks. But let's next go with some birch on the inner side. It shouldn't be too many blocks now, we're starting to get to the middle. And then of course you want to do yourself red once again. Just up here in the center. And then we'll go with ourselves oak, 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 oak. And a big red button will be in the middle. Well, a big red lever in the middle, just here, which will be perfect. Now, as we have the materials on us, we may as well go ahead and line the outside of this with our beacons. Now, our beacons are going to be here, 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 and basically one block each, all the way alongside our red section just here. A sort of red line on each side. They're going to be on both sides, of course, so you can just dig out the little trenches where they're going to be. Just like that. That looks amazing. And then if we dig down 2 blocks into our trench, so we're stood on the bedrock, and then move ourselves forward until our last hole. Now it might be worth flying out of one of these in the middle, and then going to the last one, and starting to dig down this way, and forward. Just so that you can, you know, not destroy any unnecessary blocks if you're playing in survival or something. So if we do this, and then I'll go to the end this way. And then I'll start to dig in, and then probably switch sides. Did I make it? Nope, not quite. So let's go this way. And we'll do the same. So we need to, of course, add in the ore, which the beacons sit on to power them. So obviously quite an important thing. So the beacon itself is going to be just a block in the floor. So it's going to be here, 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 here. Oops. So second block up, that is. All the way across to the other end, just here. And then this way as well. And then what might be worth doing is just breaking one of the beacons. You may have to break a few, just to be able to place yourself this kind of strange shape around the beacon. If I show you this with this one as a sort of example. So it has 3 blocks on all sides. There you go, and then it starts to power the beacon. If I show you this above ground, it might make it a little bit simpler. So to power a beacon in Minecraft, you need at least a 9 block sort of square like so, and the beacon should be powered on. And we're trying to do that underground so you don't have to see the ore. Although it would look cool, I don't think it's what we're going for here. So it's just going to be a case of trying to build these little pyramids, or these little sections, sorry, all the way around our beacons. So it's worth digging side trenches like so, before placing your beacons down, and then placing the block of your choice. It can be any of the blocks that are ores, like this, and then go from the back forward. From the front backwards, and then place your beacons on each of these, and they should all be powered on. It is quite a racket, so I will warn you, it does make quite a loud noise. Now this one won't be powered because I haven't done this side yet, but once I do it, it will come on. So there we are. And it should. There we go, cool. So again, I'm going to do the same down here. I'm going to, oops, probably best not to dig myself out of the world. That would not be good. So I'm going to have to break all these a second. And just dig a trench here. Remember to do the ones at the front and back just a little bit further than they actually are. Just so you can add in that proper 3x3 radius that they all need. So here we go, we're doing this now. We're making some lovely progress. There we go, this beacon's come on. That means everything is good here. So I can get out of here, that's good. Beacon, 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 beacon. All the way along to my other side up here. Now what I'm going to do is start from red to white, all the way down from the back forward. And it should change some of the beacons to red, as you can see there. So this one should change. There we are, look. How cool does that look? And it just makes it look like a proper YouTube-y kind of thing just here. So it looks like we're trying to build like something to represent YouTube, basically. There we are. Look at that. That looks amazing. So yeah, that's looking really cool. Now we're going to get some more materials for the actual theatre sort of stage. And then we'll go ahead and build a contraption together where we can put some fireworks behind our screen. If I show you what I'm on about here, all you need to do is put on this lever, and you should be having a fireworks display. How beautiful is that? Pretty cool, right? Alright, let's get some new materials and get this built up. So then, in order to build our theatre, or our actual screen if you're changing this into a cinema, you will need some fire coral. Obviously not for the screen, but we're going to need it for decoration. We'll take some deep slate tiles, we'll take some white candles, an amethyst cluster, crimson fence gates, a block of netherite, anvils, smooth quartz block, and some red wool. Sadly, I couldn't fit all the materials in my hotbar, but we will come back for some more in a moment. Alright, first things first, we want to go ahead and be able to build from the sides here. So we'll go to the front position where your seats are facing, and we'll dig into the ground 3 blocks, like so, and you can do this for 2 lots. On both sides, and it just starts on the red, by the way. Against the red concrete, like so. That's perfect. You next want to take yourself a block here and here of your deep slate, and each of these will have about 4 candles on. You can even do 4 and 3, or you can even just do the 1. It's really up to you. I quite like 4 and 3, I think that looks pretty cool. I'll take an amethyst cluster here and here, and again this way, here and here. Now behind each of the deep slate tiles, I want to build myself 9 blocks up with my red wool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Now then, I'll come back down here, and I'll build from this position here up to 10. Well, if we were building this from the ground. But instead we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 1 block above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 1 block above again. And now I'm going to bring myself back down, but I'm going to leave about a gap of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the gap of 3 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with that gap of 3 on both sides now. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm now going to leave myself a gap of 2, so I'm going to build myself 1, 2, 3, and actually go 4, so I'm 1 block up. So there's a gap of 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4 to be up here. Awesome. And now I need another gap of 2, so I'm going to go 1, 2 down, and then 2 down here, and I'm going to build these across. And these are going to be kind of representing curtains, very, very big curtains, just here on the sides of your screen, or your stage. We're next going to take ourselves a block of netherite, and we will go right next to our red wall from behind, and we'll go right the way across to the other side where the red wall is standing. We're just going to do that for 1 layer like so. If you'd like to go ahead and build the sides up though, just up to here, and again on this side, you know, feel free. You can also build starting to go over as well where the curtains are, just in a silhouette like so. We will next want to take ourselves smooth quartz block, and we'll mimic this shape once again. So we'll go around this silhouette that we've just created, just like this. And then what we'll do is we'll build this in as well. So we'll actually build this shape in the middle here. So from the other side, it'll look like all the people are watching an entirely white blank screen. So it looks pretty bad, but we will give them something to look at in a moment. So if I just go ahead and fill this all up. Almost there now. It is quite a time consuming part, but again, it will look really cool once it's done. So there we are. Yeah, it's a pretty boring cinema, I know, but we're going to give them something cool to look at right now. We want to take ourselves some red wool once again, and we're going to build a 100. So the numbers for 100. So obviously 100. We want to go to this 2 here. We'll go to this block, so that's number 1, and we'll go to its right for the actual start of number 1. Diagonally up, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 down. 1, 1, number 1. Now we'll leave a gap of 2 and build 1, 2. Go up here, 1, 2, 3, and here, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 across the top. And over this way, a gap of 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there you have yourself 100 in the middle of our screen. That looks awesome. Now the next thing to do is to take our anvils and basically place these all around our 100. Now it will make quite a noise, so just be aware of that. You don't have to build all in, you know, if you can't see certain areas because, well, you just can't see them, then feel free to pack them out a little bit with your quartz, just so you don't have to keep placing a bazillion of these anvils, because I know it can get a bit annoying. Also, try not to open them too much, because you don't want to be keeping like blacksmithing if you don't need to be. So there we go. Do this layer. In between the zeros is absolutely fine as well. I actually think it looks really cool, so feel free to do that as well. Oops. So I'm almost there now. It's taking a little bit of time, but we're getting there. Oh no, nope, not again. It's a little competition for you guys. How many times can you not open? Like, how far can you get without opening an anvil? That's the trick. If you can do this entire section without opening an anvil, then you are the GOAT. There we are. So now we have ourselves the screen. I think that looks really cool on its own, doesn't it? But it does need a little bit more detailing. So the recommendation is to take some crimson fence gates and go up here, and then basically open them up like a curtain pole. And then we'll add the actual curtains on, well, a little bit more texturing for the curtains just afterwards. But that already looks pretty cool. If we also go ahead and dig out this trench down here for 2 layers down, between these amethyst clusters, just like this. And then what we can do is take ourselves deep slate tiles on here. We can take either red concrete if you want to, or deep slate tiles. I'm going to use red just so it looks like this build goes down even further. And then take my deep slate here, and here I'll take my block of netherite. And I'm just filling in a trench where I'm going to add in water, just for a little bit of a water feature at the front here. So what I'll probably do here as well is feed this netherite down. And then over here as well. So onto my sort of bed of my little water thing just down here. There we are. Okay, let's get ourselves some new materials. Oh, actually, keep yourself the coral, because we will need that in a moment. I forgot to get water. That was a dumb idea. So keep the coral, we'll get some new materials otherwise. Alright then, so to finish up detailing over here, we want to take ourselves the fire coral, which I forgot to use before, and I'm sorry about that. We'll take some fire coral fan as well. It's the different variation of the fire coral. Water, of course, a red banner, armor stands, and full netherite gear. I've just got the helmet to represent it because I couldn't really fit the entire armor in my inventory here. I also have a netherite sword. We're going to take ourselves an armor stand here at a diagonal angle, and another one on this side at a diagonal angle. And these are kind of your guardians that are just here to protect the screen and show everyone the mighty content you have been working on. Now I recommend either this pose or the one with its leg kind of kicked up, not that one that looks a bit like a dab. We'll go with this one, and over here we'll do sort of the opposite way around if we can. So not that one, not that one, that one, just like so. So the legs are kind of coming into the audience like so. And we'll just give them swords and full netherite armor. And I'll armor mine just afterwards. I want to take some fire coral down in here, but firstly I recommend adding in the water just so your coral doesn't die. So it will stream forward like that. You can keep that if you wish, but I'm just going to make sure mine's all level. And then I'll take my fire coral at the back. Oh yes, it might not actually stick to the ground because we might need ourselves some sand. That would actually be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, my mistake. Okay, so take some good old sand if you can find it. I've lost my sand. There it is. And then you can either build a sand sort of bank here and then one down into the ground as well, so you can sort of give your corals different levels. Then your fire coral up here, and then your coral fan down beneath, just like so. There we are. No one's really going to see that. To be honest, you can only really see the fire coral here like you can on my original one, just peeking out the water a little bit. And as for the red banners, we'll just take these on the sides of our red, just up here. We won't do one here, we'll do one on the front, and again here, like so, and then all the way across the curtain sort of pole we've built up with our fence gates up here, like so. So as far as builds go, this has been pretty easy, but we do have ourselves one contraption of redstone to build for our infinite fireworks display. So we'll get ourselves some redstone materials. So for our redstone contraption, and to finish up our build, we'll take a lever, a redstone repeater, obviously some redstone dust, a dispenser, an observer, and a bunch of fireworks of your choosing. Okay, first things first, it's probably best to build from the back of our screen or stage just here. And we must line up with the middle of our build. So we go from the target in the middle, follow with our eyes down here, go to the back of your screen, follow all the way to the grass, and then break into the ground down here, and go directly to bedrock down here. Then start to build a stair kind of block up. So if you're a Minecraft character, you can obviously jump up these blocks. Perfect. And then we want to go ahead and raise up our ground a little bit. Now I'm going to have to pick block some grass here, just to place it just there. I'm also going to build up myself a little platform here, which is going to be, if I start over here, so I'll start behind my grass, just by one block, and go out to the sides for 2 each. So it's going to be a 5 by 5 shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is there. If I fill in all the blocks in the middle here, this is where I'm going to build my fireworks display contraption. I want to stick myself, firstly, a dispenser here. I will stick a dispenser in the middle and here, and then I'm going to do them a space away from each other on this 5 by 5 platform. I'm now going to take observers, and it's important which way we face these. So we're going to stick an arrow to face. You will have to shift or crouch click for this, by the way, guys. So I'm going to stand on this one. I'm going to place one facing, this point is facing towards this one, just here. Now what I'll do after placing one is I'll fly up so you can see the direction, because I know this can get a little bit sort of strange. So as for this one, it's going to be needing to face into the center. Oops. Make sure our dispensers are placing upwards. There we go. So this one is facing towards the middle here. The opposite side is going to be facing towards the middle as well. And this one is going to be facing outwards, similar to the other side. Just like so. Now this one will have arrows pointing outwards from each of its middle positioning, and the same on the opposite side. Oh, it's so troublesome to place these sometimes. They don't like to work. There we are. So we have this going for us just here. Now again, with these ones on the outer sides, we need them to be facing inwards actually this time. So we can stand on it and then shift crouch click to get the directions to go inwards, like that. So now what will happen is redstone will be powered into this dispenser. It'll go to this one, then it'll go outwards, and then it'll go out on each side to dispense all of the dispensers, if that makes sense. Now if we go ahead and fill up some fireworks, let's just place a few in here, a few up here, maybe some down this way as well, just so we can sort of test the amount. If we place them in the corners, then you'll be able to test all of the pistons, the dispensers together, rather than having to worry about testing them separately. So I should have enough for each beacon dispenser just here anyways, and there we go. Now what I'm going to do before I actually power anything is I'm going to stick myself a redstone repeater just here, kind of underneath the block of quartz above, and both of the redstone torches are going to be facing this way. I'll take redstone dust going up here, and then over the dispenser here, right to the center one, just there. That's perfect. There's no power to this at the moment, which is actually great. So what I'd like to do next is I'm going to take myself underground, and this gets a bit troublesome because of course we have the little part of the water. So what is best to do here is I'm going to knock out this one, not this one. Silly wheel. Hold on. I'm going to have to do this for a second. It might be best to take your redstone after doing that. And then we should be able to dig under. It's going to probably fall through again, isn't it? There we are. So you have to build like a little sort of water bridge or tunnel for your redstone to carry under the water. It is a bit troublesome, I know. Now down here in the center of your target, you want to just go ahead and break that block just there. And then you want to dig yourself down under, just here for a few blocks, and then do it forward for about 3 just here, just so you can get an idea of where you are with this this redstone contraption. Now it's not too difficult. It looks hard, but it's not. We're just going to dig all the way to the other side now, and we should be able to see our redstone coming through in a second. Here it is, just here. We'll bring our redstone down this way. We'll add another repeater just along the way, just so nothing, stops working and doesn't allow us to switch it on. And then we'll start to build the redstone coming up to where a lever is going to be for us. So we just need it to go to about here, so we can place our lever on this block here, and it should be all powered up. Now what I'm going to do is actually build this down here, like so. So I've just gone up 1 jump, and then I've got 3 blocks up here. And then hopefully, when I go back ahead and build this back up, and if I take myself my red again, here, and then put a lever here, and switch it on. Oh, okay, we might have to do another switch.
A few moments later.
I placed the repeater the wrong way around. So it's important to get the repeater with the part that's going to be a little bit less filled up with redstone lamps, facing back towards our lever. And if we fly out of here now, let's go and check the back of the contraption. So we have ourselves power going all the way back here, which is awesome. And the lamps down there, the torches are lit up down there as well. Now that's great. If we go ahead and fill this in now, as we know it's going to work, or hopefully going to work, and flip it back on, we should keep... I was going to say we should keep ourselves a continuous flow of fireworks, and now we do. So yeah, just double check your work, as I almost didn't just then. But now we have a bunch of fireworks coming out of here until they all run out very quickly. But for those 10 seconds, it looks awesome, and you should be very happy with yourselves as the build is now done. Well, that is it for this Wheelassassin guide, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this tutorial, and once again, a huge congratulations for reaching 100 subscribers. That is an absolute awesome achievement, and you should be exceptionally proud of yourself, like I said before. Please definitely continue your hard work. It is paying off, as you can see, and you are going to make it to a few more zeros very, very soon, I can imagine. Keep up the awesome progress. Let me know your channels in the comments below and what you guys do. I'm more than happy to check out non-gaming channels as well. I'm all for that. So if you want me to go and check out your channel, definitely drop it in the comments below, and I'll come and have a look at what you guys do. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop a like on it. That'd be very much appreciated. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe to me and help me out to my next goal, that'd be greatly appreciated too. it is 100% free, as you know. Follow me up on social medias, guys, and have an excellent rest of your day. Take the best of care, and goodbye for now.